Skibbity-bop-boop-a-doop-boop-boo. It's the Mad Cinema Show. I'm Scott G.
And I'm Phil D.
Well, it's not Halloween,
Mm-mm.
and we just realized just before we get into anything.
Yeah.
We realized that there's actually 5 weeks in this month.
5 Saturdays.
Yeah, and since we record on Saturday and next Saturday is actually Halloween, we figured why not extend October 2020.
Ooh.
Parentheses, we'll try better next year.
We might.
We may.
No, it's October.
Oh, October.
Not May.
Not May. Damn. Oh, well.
But
I'm not editing it out.
No.
But so you guys will get an extra little scary movie. And we'll say what that is
At the end. Because we're going to make you wait.
That's right. Teasing them. Anyways, today we're talking about what I consider one of the most Halloween-y movies ever made that isn't about Halloween.
In the slightest.
At all.
Mm-mm.
You know? Forbidden Zone.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, Philip.
Yeah.
What had happened?
Oh, Danny Elfman made, or Richard Elfman? Is that
Richard?
it?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Richard Elfman.
Richard Elfman made the extremely racist Cuphead live-action film.
Yeah. Okay, so disclaimer, guys. There's a lot of isms in this movie.
Holy shit.
Pretty much all of them. So, I mean, but in its defense, it's so fucking ridiculous that
None of
you
it is
really
serious.
can't take any of it seriously.
You
know, but just go in. Go in with that in mind, but for real, guys, watch this movie. It's fucking hilarious.
Especially if you like Oingo Boingo,
absolutely,
man.
yeah. If you like Oingo Boingo, you need to see this.
You owe it to
Even
yourself.
though Danny Elfman
Yeah.
probably wouldn't want you to, I'm saying go for it. Because you will never, you will see very few things that are like this movie.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about this a little bit when it was going on. It has some Hodorowski going on. It has some Terry Gilliam going on.
Mm.
And then it's Danny Elfman all over that shit.
Yeah.
And, like if you're a fan of Elfman at all, just in case.
He really only appears in one scene.
Oh, yeah, but he's so good.
Yeah, but he's so good, he pretty much steals the show.
Well,
but his music is everywhere.
That's really, yeah.
This was actually the first film that he composed.
Yeah.
This actually got him into like the composing career, and this is actually the first appearance of Oingo Boingo the band. Because, okay, so a little bit of backstory. So before Danny Elfman was this famous movie composer, and before the band Oingo Boingo that he had during the 80s and stuff, which, again, great music. I fucking love that band. It's phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
But before that, they were kind of this musical theater group called the Magic Knights of Oingo Boingo.
The Mystic
Knights. The Mystic Knights of Oingo Boingo. And, he did it with, a couple other people and, his brother, Richard Elfman. Well, that was kind of winding down, and Danny Elfman obviously wanted to go do other things, So, as kind of a last hurrah, they just made a movie of the stage show and then tied it together with this completely illogical nonsense fucking plot, essentially. And here we go. This is the Forbidden Zone.
And it's awesome.
And it's great. Directed by Richard Elfman, obviously. Starring Marie Pascal Elfman.
The girlfriend.
The Frenchie. Yeah. Susan Tyrrell. Let's see. I'm just scrolling through. Matthew Bright. And, of course, Danny Elfman as the devil, or as it actually says here, Satan.
It says Satan himself.
It says Satan.
There you go.
Yeah. And the dude from Fantasy Island, Herve, what is it? Herve Villechaize?
Okay.
We'll go with that. Anyways, yeah, the plane, you know who we're talking about.
Maybe it's Villechaize. I don't know.
Villechaize. Yeah, he's French, isn't he?
Yeah.
Because French is the master race.
That's so awesome. He's like a little Napoleon.
Yeah.
He's like a little,
Well, what's his name in the movie? King Faust?
Yeah, he's Fausto.
Yeah.
Fausto, yeah. Which I mean, they're obviously playing into the. I mean, there's a lot going on. This is very tongue in cheek. Hey, reference. It's just reference for a bunch of theater nerds and for like stuff like that. So you know, they very much kind of poke at other plays, and of course, you know, one of the big famous ancient. Or not ancient, but constantly running plays for hundreds of years now is Faust, you know,
Right.
And that's of course the dude that has a deal with the devil, right? So that's
Okay.
so King Fausto is you know a nod to that, and then you know the whole thing kind of has this hellmouth representation. It's really cool because that's how they get into the place, which is like a secret door in the main family's basement.
Yeah, the Hercules family.
Yeah.
And, you know, they have, you know, it's Ma and Pa and then Grandpa who they have to tie up because he just likes to beat up on things.
Oh, he just basically rapes and beats the shit out of everything that he comes across. And he looks like either like if – okay, look, we're going to say a little racist stuff. I'm just saying – because it's just the way it is. Sorry. But he looks like that cartoon Shylock. That's what he looks like. Okay, he looks like that like Rasputin-y Jew that they make you like. Oh look, Mr. Moneybags gonna beat you over the head, like that kind of cartoony, terrible connotation.
Well, and they also have like on the other side. There's
absolutely.
also
Yep, they got
them from all spectrum, whole spectrum of Jews, man.
Yeah, and it's pretty funny. I mean, it seems like Richard Elfman really likes to play into that. We watched the little background thing, and he was running around as a Shriner, like being a complete ridiculous.
Yeah, being a complete just weirdo, man.
Yeah, and you can tell he's making fun of everybody. You know, it's not like he's poking fun at one kind of thing. He's just not pulling any fucking punches.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You can tell they have no shame in what they're saying.
That's what this movie is. No Shame the movie.
Yeah,
for real.
But it's not No Shame the movie Pink Flamingos.
No,
like this is actually
like
a good movie.
It really is.
It could be seen as a bad movie. I 100% get that.
Well, the production value. I mean, this was a extremely low budget. I mean, they literally funded this themselves.
Yeah, and they used all stage props to do it. You can see it. You know?
Yeah, all of the backgrounds are just painted on cardboard.
Some of them are good. Most of them aren't.
Nope. That cliff, though.
The cliff looked really great. I mean, for what it is, it looked great. You
Absolutely.
know? Man, constantly, though, I was just going... Wow, they chose that, huh? They like the pimps in the back playing craps in the middle of the fucking school thing, and then they're getting in a fight over the one stole the chips, and he pulls the gun out on him. He's like, "Make him my chips back, man!" Yeah, and it just gets so fucking. You're like, "Oh, geez!"
And then it just blows up. The teacher catches him.
That's my favorite thing. Is she's like, "Oh, why'd you do that?" You know, and he's like, "You shut up, you honky bitch!" And pulls the gun out and starts like,
and they just get into a firefight and clap.
Fucking wow.
Dude,
wow.
Okay, yeah.
It's awesome is what it is.
Yeah.
It would be a little too much for some people.
It's incredibly audacious.
Yeah, get out of its way. Forbidden Zone's coming.
Absolutely. So
I love the makeup in the whole movie.
Absolutely.
It's all so stupid. It's all for stage, obviously. It's all like think of like Cats makeup but done poorly.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I mean the stage show, not that atrocity of a film.
Yeah, absolutely. I haven't even seen it.
Why would you? You look.
I do.
Come
not,
on.
Yeah.
No.
See, I have this ability.
Yeah.
To look, just guys, prejudge everything.
Yeah.
Just do it.
You just do it.
Why not?
Just think about it. Is this for me?
Yeah.
Maybe not. That doesn't mean have a problem. That doesn't mean cause a problem. But it does mean walk away. If you know that that particular place isn't for you, maybe don't go there. Maybe don't watch that show. That's all we're saying.
But for real, guys, like again, you will never see anything like this movie.
No, and if it's
there's very few.
If you're
things.
Offended easily, do not walk into this show. Don't do it
at all.
Just don't do it.
But okay, so let's talk about Frenchie.
What? Hold on a second. If they're offended easily, they probably haven't made it to this episode.
Probably not. That's fine. We don't need to keep warning people. You know
what
you're getting into.
We gotta stop warning people, don't we?
Yeah. Don't need to warn
people. You know
people.
what we say.
Okay, so the main girl, Frenchie, she runs away from school, exits through the window, which is apparently how everybody leaves school.
It's constant.
Goes home and decides that she's gonna have a look in that mysterious door.
And guess what's in there?
The Forbidden Zone.
Well, I was gonna say a hellmouth, but yes, the Forbidden Zone.
Absolutely, hellmouth. And what is it? I love that she didn't just walk into the Forbidden Zone. She actually slipped on a roller skate
and then slid like flat on her butt all the way, like legs flat on the ground, flat on her butt, slid all the way,
arms out,
ridiculous.
Whee! Yeah,
like that scene in Poltergeist where that chick's getting sucked in, like
but in reverse.
reverse. Yeah. It's
so. And of course she's in the Forbidden Zone.
Yep.
And then
Forbidden Zone's hell. I mean, we're just
it's just a weird dimension. Yeah, it's basically hell, but
might as well be hell.
Might as well be hell. Yeah. So
Satan's there.
Yeah. True. Well, I think he's a little deeper down. This is like top level.
Oh, so you're saying like Forbidden Zone's like the lobby of hell?
Yeah, pretty much. It's just the waiting room.
That sucks.
I mean,
everybody's got a lobby now.
Everybody is just fucking there.
And Hell's Lobby does have some jams.
Yeah, they do.
I'll say that.
Mm-hmm. But Hell isn't so bad with the jams either.
Well, so let's talk about the jams.
Yeah.
The Oingo Boingo jams. The main song in this film is the Dilbert theme song.
Yeah, and I didn't put that together until this time.
What the fuck is that, Scott?
Yeah, man. Somebody on the Dilbert,
I looked it up.
Yeah?
It's not the original song.
Oh, it's not.
It's
very close.
Well, I can't tell whether it's a redone version of the track by Danny Elfman or if it's someone covering the Forbidden Zone track to do as the Dilbert theme, getting permission from Danny Elfman. But it is a redone version of the Forbidden Zone track, which I think is just called the Forbidden Zone.
Yeah.
I really think that one is.
That's really, yeah.
And so, I would love, like, for instance, you can find a intro of Dilbert that has the original Forbidden Zone version.
Oh, really?
In place of the new track.
Okay.
Because
it is a little different.
Well, you can tell the drums on the new, on the Dilbert one are just a little bit more. There's all these fills and there's all this like stuff going on. Because I watched the shit out of Dilbert.
Fuck yeah.
But immediately that
yeah,
it's so good.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And this really is just Oingo Boingo.
Yeah.
That's really it. And and it's very much a Danny Elfman produced soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
if this is the first film that he did, if this is how he jumped out into the world, I can absolutely see people like Tim Burton and other people going, "Holy shit, we need this in our movies."
Absolutely.
He puts so much. He's very progressive with his writing, which sounds a lot like drama music writing.
Really,
because there's a lot. He's just doing it from a ska rock perspective, but he's still doing it from this stage production style music. Like, for instance, think of oh man, what can I think? Here's a good one. It's like some John Williams shit, right?
Yeah.
So I know that's not stage production, but it still has that like constant movement. Here's little things that happen.
It really does feel like classical. The way they would classically score.
That's
a film.
right. Yeah, classically score a film or a play or something like that. Yeah, not so much an opera, not so much older works, not so much that, but in the more modern era of doing scores to things.
Absolutely.
That's very much where his writing ability comes from.
Absolutely.
And I didn't want this to turn into a musical podcast, but
fuck it. We ain't got no rules here.
And this particular movie, I feel like the music is probably the strongest portion.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. Because the acting isn't terribly great.
It's basically Pink Flamingos with a couple of better people.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
And the characters, even though they are still terrible people,
they're not like that,
but they're still immensely more likable.
Yeah. Well, like the queen, she reminds me of like a Ursula.
Oh yeah.
what's her name? Cruella DeVille kind of character.
Yeah.
She makes the best frowns.
Dude, she's mugging this whole movie, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, the makeup. The makeup's great. The makeup's so stupid. Everybody's got ridiculous clothes on. Everybody makes, ridiculous
They just over exaggerated everything, essentially. Yeah.
There's far more good acting in this than there is complete dog shit acting.
Absolutely.
It's just that this is good, wacky stage acting.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So some people think it's cheesy.
Because, I mean, Frenchie's mugging the whole time, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Constantly sticking her tongue out at people. It's fucking rude.
Oh, yeah. The daughter or the princess.
Oh, yeah.
She's funny.
Yeah, dude, I love it that they just never put the tits away.
Never.
Never.
Mm-hmm. Why would you do that?
Yep. And it's really funny because I can imagine, because there's a couple of scenes where it's just she's kind of overreacting and maybe pointing at something, but she's also like gyrating a lot. So I can just imagine Richard
must jiggle more.
It's like no, it's fine. It's for the film. It's gonna make it so much more emotional.
Yep. Because he's just a perv, probably.
But
yeah, I like the songs. I mean, I don't. I think the songs, but I do like them a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and they're a lot of fun.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. That's the thing. Yeah, I wouldn't hum all these songs.
Well, I don't know if you could hum all these songs.
That's really. Some of those are so.
Yeah.
And in the moment, they're really great, but it's not the kind of music that you remember later. Like, for instance, just saying, my favorite musical of all time is fucking South Park the movie.
No, yeah.
I know every one of those tracks. I could sing, what would Brian Boitano do for you right now?
Oh, awesome.
I'm not going to, though.
Yeah.
But my point is, those tracks stick in my brain in a way that I'll sing later. Other musicals are kind of like that, right?
Right.
Only a handful of these songs would I ever even think to, like the Forbidden Zone track itself, maybe. Would I even, like, recur back in my head?
Yeah.
But as a score...
it
is so fitting to the moment. It
absolutely.
is so assaulting with the way that it gets you with the visuals. They play with he plays with time signature, he plays with texture, he plays with all these things, and then they're playing with you with animation and with odd humor and with blatant offensive material.
Yeah,
it's just
but again, it's all with its tongue in its cheek the whole time.
Yeah.
It's like this is going. They just exaggerate everything. They play everything to the extreme.
So, what's the guitarist from Oingo Boingo's name? Do you know that guy's name?
I can't remember his specific name.
Okay, I love that guy a lot. I know I've read his name before. I've watched stuff from him.
Right.
But I can't remember his name right now, so sorry.
Anyways,
but he has such a unique sound.
Yeah, his tone is very.
His tone and his parts.
And his parts are very unique.
They sound like that man right there, and I was glad to immediately be able to hear the distinctness of Oingo Boingo, even before the band was what it was.
Yeah, absolutely.
They sound the same as they do when they play Weird Science. They say this, the production's better. They've obviously become more talented over the years.
Yeah.
But dude, they sound like Oingo Boingo.
They just always sounded like Oingo Boingo.
And that's so cool.
Yeah.
And it resonates in the whole film, and it bleeds into the visuals.
Well, but that's not even all the music. They also have a lot of like big band.
Yeah,
like
but he wrote that shit.
He wrote.
He wrote. It's not like it's covers. That's what fucks me up, dude. Is I was going like, wait a second, this sounds classic. Oh my god, that's him singing, and this is written for the subject material.
I think the lyrics were all written for the subject material, but there are a couple of things like that Cab Calloway song.
Yeah, the Cab Calloway. The howdy.
Yeah. Because that music is.
But he wrote all the lyrics for the thing.
To fit the
Because I thought it was just a straight cover.
So did I.
Dude, it's good though. Yeah,
it is really good.
And you could tell he had a lot of fun with making the production of the vocals sound like it's coming from like 20s microphones.
Oh, dude, when that disturbing lip thing happened, that's probably the best vocal performance I've ever heard from Danny Elfman.
And it crippled me.
It was good.
It crippled me, dude. And I was kind of stunned by the things happening on screen most of the time.
But the music helped you get through
But the music really helps you get through it. Yeah. Because that kid doing that was disturbing at first. I was like, I don't like this. This rubs me the wrong way.
You were just like, oh no,
why?
This is bad.
But then after a minute, you're like, it's also hard to look away.
It's also kind of great. That may be the best thing about this movie. Is the whole time you're like, oh my god, what the fuck is this? But it's like you can't not watch it.
You can't.
Yeah.
Can't stop it, man. Yeah. This is for Danny Elfman fans.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah. But
what else you got to say about the movie, man? What else is there to say?
Yeah, not really. Not a whole lot. This might actually be a shorter one. So chalk this up to being a bonus October episode.
Yeah.
So just a little bit of trivia for you.
Yeah.
So hold on, let me get to this. Stalling for time. Okay, so in the commentary, Richard Elfman refers to the Hercules family, which is the main family, which is where Frenchie's from, as those trailer park types.
You know.
No fucking shame.
There's a lot of blackface in this movie, including a black guy in blackface, which I think that's the first time I've ever seen a black guy in blackface, so that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Because at first I was like, oh man, and I was like, wait, what the fuck did they just do here?
Yeah.
Okay.
They warped it in on itself, man.
Okay. So there's a Hitler in the class. There's
everybody's getting fucked.
They they pretty much constantly are saying like racist and homophobic shit to each other. Everybody fucks each other all the time.
All the time.
There's a bunch of rape. There's a bunch of that one
doesn't
dude
even really seem like rape. It seems like everybody's pretty much consenting.
I don't know, when they throw a girl into that cage. That's rape cage.
That's
right
true.
There.
That is rape bad. Cage.
That's bad.
Because that one went in willingly.
Oh, dude. I like how his voice keeps changing the whole time. Yeah. Sometimes he tries to sound like a girl. Sometimes he's trying to just go full on like. And is that the same person?
That's the same guy.
Okay, because he's supposed to be playing the
Matthew Bright.
Yeah. Okay, both brothers, and then
the
one's a cross dresser, and then it's like. It's a funny
man.
one.
Yeah, one's a chicken boy.
One's a chicken
boy.
He
gets his head cut off and then grows wings, and then his head can fly around.
And they're bad looking wings.
They're not good looking wings.
Man.
But it's so appropriate. It works so well.
I don't know if I could explain the plot to this film.
You know what? You guys don't need to know the plot. Just go in. Going completely blind. Mm-hmm. Best way to watch it.
That's right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, so fun fact. So that disturbing mouth scene.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so what is it? In the scene, it's this dude with Mickey Mouse ears in his underwear, you know, and he walks in front of like a bunch of boxers that are going, you know, shit like that.
To a beat.
And he just starts scatting.
Mm-hmm.
But the mouth was like, what, superimposed? Is that how you say it? Yeah, it was superimposed. So that mouth is actually Matthew Bright, but the voice is Danny Elfman. So there's like 3 different people dealing with this character at this point.
I mean, this shit looks like some Tim and Eric cut out mouth.
Absolutely.
Shit.
Yeah, it's not well done at all.
No.
It's very obvious. But the reason they had to do that is I'm guessing they were always going to use Danny Elfman's voice, and all this guy had to do was walk out
and lip sync,
and just lip sync. Yeah. Okay, but he wasn't an actor. He was just some dude that Richard Elfman knew from his neighborhood and convinced him to come do this part, and he froze up in front of the camera. So I guess instead of throwing it out, Richard Elfman was just like, "Nah, we'll make this work."
Man, he's persistent.
Hey, man, that is one really cool thing about this movie, is it really shows a passion and a creative drive from the people who made it.
Totally,
and,
yeah.
And like and a kind that I really respect, really, because they said, I'm gonna make a movie, and despite any kind of limitations, they made a fucking movie.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
They just barreled through it. They made it fucking happen.
And they put as much character as they could into it.
Absolutely.
It's like, it's a live action cartoon, you know, that's what it is.
Completely. Yeah. Wackiness and all.
Like a 20s cartoon. Yeah.
Yeah, you were saying that. You were saying that there was a lot of comparisons to Cuphead.
That's the whole, that was my whole thing, man, is it's so Cuphead. It's so fucking Cuphead. And you can tell that, because, you know, it makes me think, oh, maybe the developers of Cuphead really like Forbidden Zone. No, that's not the case. The case is that both Cuphead and Danny Elfman and Richard Elfman were all inspired by the same 20s and 30s cartoons, you know? So it's like the Felix the Cat era, the Steamboat Willie era, but not Steamboat Willie, because Steamboat Willie was like, you know, the clean stuff.
Yeah.
We're talking about the fucked up, weird, subversive kind of cartoons that were going on back then, which was a lot of like interesting subliminal like shit, and
it's
like
pretty. Some of it's pretty fucking creepy, dude.
It's very creepy, very racist,
and a lot of it's set to that kind of music. That's the thing.
Very set to that kind of music. But they had a very like dated portrayal of like tribal people and like all kinds of shit like that, where you're like, woo, yeah. So it, if unless you look at that stuff with that lens, then people are gonna get offended. Which is part of, I think, people's issue today with some of the stuff, is that they judge things of the past by the current standards, right? Even this coming out in the 80s, this wouldn't fly.
No, not even then.
And you can't judge it. Yeah, not even then, for real. Yeah, yeah. You can't judge it by those kind of standards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't look at it as what would offend people today.
I wouldn't want people to just be flippant about this.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just like, again, my biggest argument for the defense of this movie is, look at how fucking silly it is.
It's so
You're
silly.
gonna take this shit seriously? Are you seriously gonna take this seriously? But again, I honestly can't blame people if they get offended.
That's
either
it.
way.
Yeah.
Just if you feel like you want to give it a shot, be prepared. Know what you're going in there with. For.
That's all we're saying.
Yeah,
yeah. We think it's super funny.
I think it's hilarious.
Somebody,
it's one
might
of my
not.
favorite movies ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's also so Halloweeny for it not
it
having
really
anything
is.
to do with Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
It looks.
You get what I'm saying
I do.
now, right?
I do, man. Yeah. If you put this on during a Halloween party, well, you know what? Never mind. Don't do that. You better know
Maybe
the people
this
coming
is,
over.
This
You
is
better
one of
know
the,
the people.
This is one of those movies that you put on the list of, okay, movies not to bring to a party.
This is movies not to bring to a party. I can't believe I just suggested that.
Yeah.
Another movie not to bring to a party.
Dude, you
Requiem
just
for
fucked
a
up
Dream.
somebody's night, man. They were like, oh man, they told me said Forbidden Zone would be great for parties.
Were you there when we had that Halloween party at the apartment? Weren't you
Yeah.
there? Yeah. Okay, so this was funny because like I was trying to put something on that was just visually interesting, so I just put The Fall on. You remember that?
Great.
And I was like, yeah, this is just some weird shit to have playing in the background because I like weird imagery. And then at some point, somebody was like, this movie isn't really Halloween. I was like, all right, y'all are getting Maniac now.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all right. I went to a Halloween party and brought Reanimator.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
That's it.
That was awkward.
Yeah, man. Oh, Reanimator. We got to do that.
Yeah, we do. That's a good movie.
So, being that we have our extra week, what are we doing?
We actually talked about doing something that would actually be scary for actual Halloween.
Legitimately scary. And
Yeah.
I've seen this movie once.
And it's actually a fairly new movie, So maybe people will listen to this podcast.
We're gonna do Underwater.
Yeah, and that looks really cool.
Yeah, Kristen Stewart, T.J. Miller. Oh man, I know there's somebody else in this movie. I can't remember right now. Those are the two that I think of the most. And the French guy, the one we like. The guy from Renegade and from The Messenger and from.
Yeah, I know, and I can see his
the
face,
French
but
guy.
I can't.
Yeah,
I can see his face, but I can't remember his name.
But yeah, it's an actual horror movie at the bottom of the sea, and there's a hole,
and
there's a hole, there's a hole at the bottom of the sea. And bad stuff comes out of it.
Wow.
Weren't expected that, were you?
That got me, man.
Yeah, so come back on actual Halloween. Well,
yeah. It'll be actual Halloween. I'll get that one posted pretty quick.
We'll make sure to flash this one so you guys have it.
Absolutely.
And if you're listening to us now, why don't you watch the movie with us?
Yeah.
You know?
That would be kind of cool.
Won't we all watch this on
Everybody
on
watch Underwater.
Yeah.
And then you can come together.
And tell us whether it's actually scary or not.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm sure some people would be like, fucking lame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave some comments, guys. You know, engagement.
We want it. We want your mind.
As well as leaving comments on our videos. And you can find us at Spotify and Anchor and YouTube. If you want to contact the show, you can do it again through comments or through email. madcinemist@gmail.com. That's madcinemist@gmail.com since Philip wanted to talk over the call to action here.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, for real, suggest us some movies that you guys want us to talk about.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Anyways, Philip, final thoughts. Is your mind gone? Is your mind blown?
Yeah. Danny Elfman?
Yeah.
Those are my final thoughts.
There we go. That works. Bye, y'all.
Bye.